There's no other explanation. My fucking shots that I shot at this guy gravitated auto-aim to my vehicle. How do you call yourself blazing if you're not on fire? What is this thing? What is this thing? I'm getting mad. 91.8. That should be plenty accurate enough to hit that fucking target. Even if it's meant to be like a designated marksman rifle instead of a proper sniper, it should be more than capable of hitting a target at that range, instead of painting a circle around it. Pissing me off!
What are you? Scared? Or something?
That's more like it. Look at that. Including shields. 95% of the health gone in one shot. Of course, they're only giving me like 4 experience points. You know, I'm kind of done with it. Ooh, it's... I got excited, then instantly lost the excitement, and just came at a loss for words. A double anarchy. Getting a double anarchy is always an amazing thing, but then it's at level 31. It does 45 damage. It's shit. This is a level 25! It's ass-pounding this thing. The bone shredder actually just kind of fucking sucks. I can see very little circumstance where this could actually be a good weapon. So even if you don't have a double anarchy, the standard X1 damage weapons, SMGs, are just going to be better. I don't want to use the sniper anymore. I'd rather use this pistol and miss every shot. Okay, I had to see that from a different angle. He's just using like a... something bone. Skag bone probably is a... it's a bracer. You know, I've got anti-mucus pills. I should probably take them more often. I'm gonna do that right now. I need them at work, I need them now, but I just don't use them. See if that helps. Probably won't. What are you even shooting at? This is actually pretty nice. I mean, it's weak, but with my special build, it's basically a machine pistol. Oh yeah, you can open that door. Yep. Well, no. No. Instead of yes, I will say no. There is no excuse. You know what other game came out in 2009 that had a day-night cycle that wasn't just changing the color? Keeping the lighting exactly the same, just changing the color? Clear Sky. Call of Pripyat. Shadow of Chernobyl in 2007. Mixtape.
76th day. I was woken up, hoping I was having a reoccurring nightmare. We spent more than 36 hours earlier today relocating our campsite closer to our dig site. only to be ambushed by local wildlife that's hungry coming out of hibernation. Half of my staff was eaten alive, or killed by skags. I survived by hiding under a colleague of mine who was being devoured on top of me. His name was Carl. My emotions are deadened, and I grieve for none of them. In point of fact, the only emotion I felt was that of joy. I felt joy because his chair was always more comfortable than mine. I took his chair, and then I noticed the emissive glow on the rocks at the dig site.
Just reached a breaking point and went insane. I could repeat myself for the, 12th time. Well, it's been over an hour. It's barely been over an hour. It feels like I've been at this for multiple. I can repeat myself again and just say, this version of Tannis is good. Later games just make her a wacky idiot for the point of being wacky and LOL XD so random. This is not adequate. Okay, you just teleport behind me. Nothing personnel. Especially with my custom FOV, which is necessary. The zoom of some of these weapons is just obnoxiously way too much, especially this. This pistol really doesn't need to zoom in that much. This rifle with this bad reflex sights, I'd rather use just the irons. It doesn't need to zoom in this much. This revolver that should have been reloaded already doesn't need to zoom in that much. Ironically, this thing with the fucking sculpt zooms in less. Lost more money on those couple of deaths than I thought. Whereas it's been so long since I touched this game. I don't recall if I was already at the 9 section or not. God, I can't even do the super rapid sing of 9. Oh hey, this is actually where I needed to go. I was gonna run over there to get the
Day 100
car.
I sat in the shower in tears for just under an hour. This is interesting, considering we haven't had water for days. I equate my ever-decreasing sanity with that of the population of my dig site. With the investigation of the symbols and glowing patterns of the site, we finally unearthed arguably certifiable proof of the existence of alien life having been here on Pandora. But this celebration was lonely, as I only had 2 colleagues left. And I'm not too fond of the fat girl, Shanae. I've been told that scientific discovery requires sacrifice, but never understood what they meant until now.
That's another thing that gets dropped with every other Borderlands game. The aliens. You know, the Iridians are such a big deal in this one, and then every other game in the series, it's like, they never existed. Nobody cares about them. When we want to deal with, like, some random guy that became CEO of a company being, like, kind of a douchebag for some reason. And then space lesbians versus, whatever the fuck pre-sequel is about. Then 3, something about some sort of corporate war that's happening for some reason, except it's between corporations you don't care about. This has got nothing to do with, like, Atlas versus Dahl. It at least makes sense to be like something to be a focus, because Atlas versus Dahl is part of the core of the very start of the series. Like, Dahl owned this planet, they disappeared, Atlas took it over.
When you got my machines in
Could have explored that, but no, instead it's like, I am Underwear Man. You will know me if You would know me if you ever played this Telltale game, but you probably didn't, because nobody does. Then Hammerlock's like, I am gay. It's like, okay, cool. Nobody's fucking given a shit since 2008 about gay people. But no, nobody cares. Shut up. Nobody cares about your lifestyle. If you really want to dig into it, you might find some fucking senile, like, Bible humper who's like, the existence of the gay people will cause the apocalypse to occur. Well, he's railing some dude in the fucking background. What was that? There's something right up there. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. As always, I am correct. There was something up there. Yeah, I just fucking killed some birds that I saw. I don't want to die. Why did I keep this thing? Like, literally the only thing this pistol has going for it is the fact that it can shoot fast.
Time to die!
Thing sucks. I should have sold it. Why am I using it? Just get it out of my hot. Don't get stuck on stupid shit. Get off my hot bar. It's right there. That's why it came here.
Day 172. The fat girl, Shimei, was crushed under an alien ruin that collapsed today. She didn't die right away and begged me to put her out of her misery as she choked on various fluids and bile. I hesitated because she was the last one alive that wasn't me. As she was choking and coughing and dying, I tried to enjoy the interaction, which I imagined to be a conversation, as I knew it was the last I would have for a while. I finally got around to smothering her so that I could continue my research. I could tell that she regretted the decision. The Skags have been waiting for this meal for a while. They will not go hungry tonight.
Energy Marcus.
If you need healing, step right up.
Of course. No heavy gunner. The one thing that I need is the one thing you don't have every time. It actually does look a bit nicer with the reshade effects plugged in that I've got. Sharpening, but largely the brightening of brights. The fake HDR that's doing a better job of than Windows HDR. And best of all, maybe it'll look kind of okay on the recording as well, with the OBS tone mapping. I'd like to be able to upload HDR content to YouTube, but they suck. And all my HDR recordings end up gray because they changed whatever they did. Yay, I got a level 2 on my shock, so it still sucks. Actually, it's level 4. It was fire that was level 2. Fire, fire, fire. Fuck fire.
High fire rate and recoil reduction into one lethal weapon.
Just wait for something. Wait for a good drop. That masher might be alright. Weapons are way outmoded on level.
I keep the medical equipment working, more or less. You'll find a fella named Shep near the crossroads on the way to the mine. Sledge skinned his entire family and built a tent out of them. Tough luck. But that Shep is a good kid. I'd appreciate you helping him. I'm not much for compliments, but you did fine. I might not have a med school degree, but when you get shot, you'll be happy I'm here.
Yeah, appreciate the garbage. You already mentioned, but there is definitely
Sledge has something
an effect that's applied to the voices.
From him. Sledge is a bad man who has done terrible things to the people of Firestone. Do what you must.
Just deal with them. Do the Sledge one first. Do these other missions later. It's one of those interesting nights. Interesting days, actually, in the middle of a heat wave. In the middle of 90 degrees days. 90 degree days. Why can't I have words? I'm not even that drunk. In the middle of 90 degree days, there is a day that was like 72 at the highest. It's cold. Rainy. Rain is something that we certainly needed.
You won't regret it.
Tonight.
Sniper com is just a guy with a gun. Find the com that's right for you.
Hey, perfect. Tonight, I don't know. Let me check. Well, I guess because it's... Well, 66 is pretty hot for nearly 2 in the morning, but it's cold compared to the rest of the week. I think I'm probably going to have to fire up the AC before I go to bed, because, well, it's only going to be 75 by when I normally wake up. Yeah, coming days are not going to be as hot as they were. Guess the only thing that's interesting in all of that, to anybody in the entire world, In fact, that got really cold for the season today. The best state of weaponry, actually. No, I'm not bad. I'm not in a bad state at all, actually. I'm over concerned about nothing. Woohoo! It's fine. The revolver was kind of sucking in the Costa Caverns, but it's doing pretty great out here. I didn't even need to use half the explosive barrels. Taking this path only because I've never taken the path. Still gotta clear my throat. I took the anti-mucus pill. Still gotta clear my throat, because nothing works. I just never take this path. Seriously. Such anus! There's no reason for that! Of course, there's no reason to take that path. It sucks. Yeah, you can skip some fights, but it's Borderlands. You're supposed to take the fights. Like, maybe if you're at the point where these enemies give you one experience apiece, that's when you skip them. Maybe if you're on playthrough 2.5 and you're going around here for some goddamn reason, which doesn't make much sense because 2.5 unfortunately does not restart you on all the quests. So there's little reason to do anything. Yeah, let me shoot the fire enemy with a fire weapon. I'm sure that's a smart idea. No problems whatsoever with that. Ooh, I wonder if I still have... Probably do, because of the Steam Cloud. I wonder if I still have my Axton playthrough on Borderlands 2. The only playthrough I ever bothered with that game. If I do, then... If I choose to use it this... coming week, next weekend... Ugh. Getting heartburn all of a sudden. Acid reflux. I don't have any Tums. It's not good. That's also not good. It's a downgrade in every way. Yeah, got another one of those weekends coming up where I can't really do my regular stuff. Junk. So I need something I can fill in. When I do Borderlands 2, if I do choose that, since I don't really have the Division game to go through anymore. Yeah, I could do the playthrough too and maybe get some super cool weapons. Well, the way this is laid out, it suggests that you're supposed to be able to get up to that area, but you can't. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. I just gotta do a special jump, which requires not having enemies to fight. The thing that is actually nice about Borderlands 2 is that the brutes are still in it, and they still have their lines from this game. So among all the bad, failed attempts at humor that are not funny, you can hear these guys, these brutes, saying normal things that normal people would say during normal combat. Normal combat! I'll make my own really terrible joke. How do you feel about that, Gearbox? It's laid out as if you could take a skillful jump to get up there, but you can't. Why? What's the point of restricting me from going up there? It's not like I could get out of bounds if I could go up there. Is there a mission board that I've missed? For some reason, I could swear you could get the mission to fight Mo and Marley right here, right now. There is some song where pretty much the entirety of the lyrics are right here, right now, right here, right now. Not particularly a song I like. I tend to dislike songs where the lyrics are just a couple words on repeat, the entire song. Dog day sunrise, dog day sunrise, dog day sunrise, dog day sunrise. Easily the worst Fear Factory song, and of course it's a cover of some British band. The Brits are behind this. This is a rack hive. Oh, yeah. I was wondering what might have gotten automatically put in there because it's an empty slot. It's a machine gun that sucks. Ran tick, 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 tock. Fucking Metallica, man. More like Selloutica. We're gonna become a rock band. We're founding an entire genre, and then we're gonna turn into a generic rock band. For money. This is actually worse than the sniper than I sold. Sniper than I sold, sniper that I sold. Put the specialty one there. Really? Now my keyboard has a double-click button? Double-click problem? God, I can't words. I can never words. What is responsible for this? It's like now there's almost a cube map reflection on some of these weapons that I don't remember being there.
Nailed it!
Nailed it! I don't need. I do not need to equalize all of my proficiencies. I need to make one set for weapons that I'm using good, but I don't need to equalize them. But I still feel the need to equalize them.
You never have enough stuff.
Shit. You know, if I'm gonna use a sniper, I really should have just kept that liquid sniper that I had. It's like green label, not amazing in any way. But it was 500 damage per shot and fast. Oh boy, all the shops that I've got available to use are restocked. Yeah, you know, realistically, what I should be doing for changing weapons is have two criteria, the fulfillment of which only requires one to be fulfilled, wherein I will change weapons. One being where I might be a little bored and decide to change weapons to switch things up. Make things a little more interesting. I did not do that. What are you doing? Okay, I didn't switch it. It just scrolled for some reason, even though I didn't scroll. But, yeah, switching things up, keep things interesting. The other, if I absolutely need to change weapons to something more effective against a certain enemy type. That's basically how it always goes. So, like, I'm just adding a stipulation that doesn't need to exist, because it means nothing. I think I'm just telling it to myself. To try and avoid feeling compelled to change what weapon I'm using, so I can make these numbers go up. Because I'm doing it in Oblivion. I'm doing it in Elder Scrolls games, in general. Like, I'm actively doing it in Oblivion right now. My current playthrough. Using, like, blunt weapons and shit, specifically to level up skills in that so I could level up the character, period. When my current character should be just slinging spells. Slinging spells, killing elves. Seen any elves? You can't beat Morrowind. Well, you can. You know how you beat Morrowind? You take Morrowind with all its mechanics, all its depth and complexity. Then you add things like animations that actually exist. I'm having an easier time against this group of skags sitting here. I'm crouched. Static. I'm sitting still. And I'm having less trouble with this group of skags than I have with the entirety of the Crody Caverns. You know, this entire fight, I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move.
Target hit.
That specific thing is something that I'm so easily amused by. Something jumping at you and then immediately flying away because you hit it. Oops. That kind of thing is funny to me. unfunny quips and jokes are not funny to me. I do not claim to have the most patrician sense of humor in the world. Nobody should. Nobody should care. It just has to actually be funny in some manner instead of stupid. If it's gonna be stupid, it's gotta be stupid in a way that's entertaining. Like that! They're just flying away! I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna crouch here. I'm gonna stand here, sit right here. Not move. I'm not gonna move at all. I'm a turret. I am the turret. I might have reached the limit of what I can accomplish in this state.
Delete my ass.
I'm still doing it, though. I'm only moving when I'm forced to move by an enemy attack. Oh, I'm starting to feel it, man. The passage of time. People don't say that anymore. Biatch. What a sorry state of affairs. Specifically, feeling nostalgic for slang that you didn't even like when it was new. Biatch just kind of sounded stupid. So, then again, it's not too terribly different from me saying things in a stupid manner. To have fun with it. I gotta actually get loot from that guy. This I like. At the very least, the concept of it. A pump-action revolver sniper. That's something actually unique and creative, while also functional. Unlike a lot of Borderlands 2 weapons, since I've got that on the mind. Like a shitty revolver that shoots mini rockets. But they suck. Or the carnage in this game, which is a shotgun that shoots rockets, but it sucks. Missed? I swear I am missing quests that I'm supposed to have at this point. Was I supposed to go back to Firestone to get more quests there? No, that can't be the case, because Craptrap would have popped on the radio being like, "Hey, there are missions here. It's Firestone Billboard." I'm gonna shoot this burning guy with a fire weapon. I'm sure that will not affect my effectiveness at all. Turtles all the way down! Waste. Don't. Is that an explosive pipe? No. That really just built an outline around him. There's gotta be, I need to see this. There's gotta be a fast travel station around here. I need to see this. There's got to be. Because I remember having quests for this, and more and Marley. Marley and Marley. Whoa! Marley and Marley. Whoa! I remember having them. At this stage. You know, proficiency, since I mentioned them earlier, they're still fresh in my mind, even though I've gone on 30 tangents since then. If you can't already figure it out, assuming you might have watched more than one of these commentated videos. Pretty much any time I mention a number, it's hyperbolic in nature. And if you watch more than one of these videos, you know that I will go on a tangent while talking about something and then completely lose track of what the original thing was. Might be able to keep track of my thoughts better as sober, but sober, I can't come up with things to say the way I do when not sober in this specific fashion.
All right, we got guns over here.
Unfortunate. Yeah, there's a crash ship. That'd be real interesting to explore. Oh, wait, it's outside the map.
Don't settle for anything less than the best.
You know, it would be interesting if different stores gave you different prices. That actually ain't half bad. The damage is not great. But 3 times fire. I might actually play around with that. Sniper for it. Sniper. Actually need to do another run through Sniper Ghost Warriors, the entire trilogy.
Healing, step right up.
But it will not be Let's Play. I don't have Firestone on here? Seriously? Seriously? Curious Assembly? Okay, I need an enemy that actually gives me his fucking health bar when I'm shooting him. So I can gauge the effectiveness. Hard to tell if a weapon's good if you're seeing the health bar for an enemy that you're not shooting. It goes without saying, the double anarchy is a god weapon, but being able to use something other than that is also a good thing. If I can get something that's stronger and better. This is a pretty old one. I'd love to get another double anarchy that's higher level. Purple or better, preferably, and stronger. Frankly, I could stand to get better everything. Why is my best gun level 31? Why is my grenade is decent for my current level? But that's the only thing that's actually keeping up with my level. This guy looks like he shrunk. If his arm was bent in a different way, he'd be a swastika right now. Really bad one.
Time to pound some meat puppets!
That up. Where's the red coming from? There's no red light up there. It is definitely more accurate. It's hard to say if it's better on damage. Yeah, there's that healing kit. I would love to grab it right now, but I have to start the quest first. Nothing. You're a pile of ashes now. Or not. They got me. Maybe it would be easier to read if it didn't clip through a doorway. Hello! Fastest way off this rock.
Target hit.
This is really not bad of a SMG. I might actually... Well, let's not get too crazy here. But it is certainly a contender against this double anarchy. Double anarchy is going to win every single time at super close range. Got this blood dripping effect, which is a cool bit of detail, but there's no body up there, so it's a fucked up, shitty detail.
That was all me.
Actually, no. I'm starting to become quite unenthusiastic about this weapon. It's a ×3. It's a ×3 fire. Look how little it procced the fire during that entire engagement. Barely at all. The entire thing with elementals is they make up for the lack of base damage with elemental damage. And that's not worth diddly shit. Oh my god, that actually works. That UI element actually works. I never even tried that before. It's a small portion of the UI that's actually built for PC. Oh, it's another one of these. Fuck you. I'll play with it for a little bit. Just leaking from the top floor. Again, it would be so cool, but there's nothing actually there to cause the blood. It's like right around here. Oh, no, there's a corpse up here. I just didn't see it. Okay, I take back everything I said about it. And instead, replace that with This looks like fucking shit. You should never have done this art style change. Looks terrible. You know, a lot of people say, ooh, it would look generic with its original art style. Like, you give a shit about genericity. You fucking people play goddamn Dark Souls and you play its 7 fucking remakes. Really, I already got every single backpack expansion in playthrough 1. No way. This one actually gives me something useful. Not this door, apparently, even though it's...
Always room for more loot.
Heavy Gunner! The class I use! But it sucks.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody.
171? Versus... It sucks. It's shit. It's garbage. It's piss. It's cunt. It's whore. Poop, fart, shit, McGee. Fuck you. Garbage. I'm stuck in the door.
Ooh, but check me out.
They got me.
Oh, come on, get down.
Neither that nor neither heaven nor hell can. If there was some actual lighting here and a decent texture resolution, I could read that. Yes, so you're a singer. Wrong, you're a bringer of evil. This thing is ass. This thing sucks. This part of the Iridians I don't mind losing entirely with the sequels. It's a piece of shit. Okay, yep, that's enough of this. I am throwing it away. I gave it such a chance. But if it times 3 is going to give me that little elemental proc, I'm not going to use it. I had no qualms about it not setting the burning guys on fire, because they're burning guys. That much is obvious. But regular guys is not setting them on fire? It's shit. Times 3 should proc way more often.
This'll help.
Will it? That's garbage. That's garbage. Alright, guys, there are midgets everywhere. Bleh.
Nailed it!
Blood everywhere. It's supposed to be a mining facility. Play this game, eh? Gonna do this thing where basic jumps that should make it to the other side are not going to do anything. Then I'll have to do really stupid things that should not be necessary so I can get to the thing where I
Always
needed
nice
to
to
jump.
get resupplied.
Junk. Nowhere near good enough on the elemental proc to justify the loss of damage. Same with this. I wanted to stay up there. All this ammo that I don't actually need. It's very low quality, low texture model. I could have sworn there were enemies that showed up here. You got 3 different ways to enter this arena. They all lead to the same place in the same manner. None of them matter. Let me through the door. Who's back here? Did I actually miss something? Why is the quest marker for this leading to the exit? Stupid. What am I did I break something? Is there a problem with the scripting? This has to be a joke. Am I actually being forced to go back to the start of the level? This is supposed to open, because this goes to the next area. How does this happen to me? How does this happen to me? I've played this so many times and this has never happened.
bigger boom? Buy a better mod. I've got all kinds.
It's telling me to leave.